Hello, this is Javis K. Taylor with my Week 10 Cheddar Chat response. Um, I have used factoring. Factoring method that was used by me and my company was of a merchant cash advance. So the way that worked was they estimated for like 3 months of revenues that came in through credit card purchases and credit card, debit card purchases. They estimated the average of that amount, and that amount was given to me as a loan. So started off, let's say the amount was $6,000. Started off where I had the advance of the cash to be able to utilize for capital, operating capital, and um, the repayment structure was where I personally had a problem with. Not only was the interest high, but the payment frequency was weekly. So as a company is going through the ups and downs throughout a month of driving revenue, that became a particular issue when it came up to our slow seasons. So, for instance, in the screen printing and embroidery industry, typically there are highs and lows throughout the year, and during the months of like October, November is typically slow when it comes to custom um, promotional items and signage, and you get more in the individual personalizations for gifts during those times. Sometimes corporate um, organizations would purchase gifts for their employees, and that will work. But make a long story short, the cash advance using the factoring loan using cash advance through a merchant cash advance was the type of factoring that I used. Um, Again, I wouldn't use that again. That ended up not going so well, and so lesson learned. What I did do during this time also was leasing. I did have a building that I leased. It was 1,000 square feet. Um, we kept that building for about 2.5 years. Um, and it was a pretty good location. We were right next door to a complimentary business, which the customer base that was going into that business would also be the same type of customer base that I would have. So it did work out well. Decided to make a move and a change to come more to the inner city, and that's what we did. So to answer my week 10 cheddar chat, factoring is something that I'm familiar with, have used it as a merchant cash advance, which I would never do again, as well as I have been a leaseor on a particular, or leasee on a particular property. So thank you again for your attention to this response.